hello, our watchers, listeners. Today it's like new experience for our podcast, for UltiMotion, new generation of our podcasts. Will be international way in English, and I'm very pleased to introduce first our guest here, Mr. Didzis.
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, YouTube?
Yeah, really, for the first, I will ask you to introduce yourself, like what you are doing now, how old are you, just shortly.
Okay, I'm Didzis Malderis, 25. Pretty much all I'm doing is practicing and playing frisbee now. For the last 8 months, that's pretty much all I'm doing.
Yeah. A lot of stuff to do still.
I mean, I watch a lot of frisbee videos during the days, a lot of games, so that's all my day.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. And it's a like regular question here in this podcast. We always asking same like, so why ultimate frisbee? Why you chosen this game? When? Maybe some stories about it.
Well, it was quite interesting because I was studying to like a videographer and stuff like this to film videos, and Arvids and Gregors were making like trick shot videos like Brody Smith did like 8 years ago. And they were like, they know I have a camera and I have free time, so maybe you want to film us? And I'm like, okay. So you go and film them, you know, they're throwing the disc like 1,000 times and you have to throw it back to them. So that's how it started. And yeah, like I went to a cross-country race in the hills in between like cities in Latvia. And I met Rainis there, Otisons, for the first time. And what he told me, he saw me in the start. I'm like 16, 15. And I went just like, woof. I won the race. And in the finish, he's like, you're fast. You want to play frisbee or something like that? And next day, I think I went to the practice. And yeah, pretty much that's how I started.
Yeah. So, but before that, so it was some other sports, yeah.
I was doing triathlon, hockey, football, floorball. I did a lot of running, something like this. I was even preparing to go to the European Championship in a cross country. I injured my leg, and yeah, it was perfect timing after injury to go and play frisbee. I don't know why, but like the feelings you get while you're playing frisbee, it's like you're getting like adrenaline rush sometimes after like a huge layout or a huge sky. You know, you hurt yourself a bit, but like the emotions from the team and everything around is just like something I really like about this sport.
Yeah, no, we are. What I heard the same like from some other guys there saying you are crazy in general. Like no, not only you, but all ultimators are crazy. You are just hurting yourself and. What is it all about? So truly, but yeah, you never think when you play.
It happens naturally, and yeah, if it hurts, well, it is what it is. But if you get that block or a catch in end zone, it's like, yikes! it's worth it.
Yeah,
Bruno, it's worth it.
Bruno never making layouts.
Never. We have threatened to beat him up. Try everything and he will never lay out. Maybe he have tried it once, but I will not count it as a layout.
Nope. We had some teammates that never doing, but you cannot compare because Bruno it's like a young guy. We have one older guy from our team who.
Okay, he don't want to damage his body. Makes sense, but Bruno is different. Like.
Okay. Yeah, and okay, and when you came to this sport. Why it catched you? Like, no, not only about those what you mentioned, like layouts, adrenaline, but out of sport, what you liked there.
Not sure if it was the sport. I think it was more the people around it and the teammates, because I think you can see that we're like a close friends, pretty much group of friends. So outside of the practices, outside of the tournaments, we're still hanging out with each other. In the summer, it's like a barbecue or something. So I think it's more about the people who are you playing with than it's all about the sport. It's just like friends.
No, overall, yeah, always hearing the same that community may be like buying you and involving you in the sport, like for the first, and after that, when you understand more, of course, about the sport, then other things. Okay, and still, you already have quite long and interesting career in this sport, and maybe you can mention some memorable, like, I don't know, episodes from tournaments or just from some practices. But I think it will from tournament. It will be from tournament. But
I mean, first of all, I want everyone in the chat, in the comments, to me know, or you know, what is your favorite moment of me or you in Ultimate. But me, I think it was my first outdoor season, my first EUCF. We played the group game against Clapham. It was 11-11. I got the hand block, and we won the game +1 after that. I almost had tears in my eyes after that hand block. Giannis was crying after the game. Sorry, Giannis. But I'm pretty sure that was one of the special moments I remember, which still, like, when I think about it, it makes me smile, because that feeling was amazing. But in general, I don't know. A Callahan I did in the windmill. I threw a pole in a semifinal, ran across the field and got the Callahan on the second pass. That was quite funny as well. But other than that, maybe my first layout as well was quite insane. It was in a practice, it was raining, it was even a thunderstorm, and we were still playing outside, just a couple of people. And a girl threw me a disc. I'm chasing it and I see it's like way too far. I'm not gonna get it. But my first layout in my head, I'm like, well, I'm just gonna try it. I literally jump. I think I even had my eyes closed. Next moment, I open my eyes and disc is in my hand, and I'm like, no way. In that moment, I realized it's possible to do it. So I even have a video of it. I had the GoPro on my head, so
nice.
That was pretty amazing for me.
That was nice. And which position you finished that year when it was
EUCF, we got the 3rd place. That was, playing Frisbee for like 7 months, going to EUCF and get a medal. First for the Latvia as well. Everyone is so hyped about it, and I'm like, it's my first year here. Like, is it normal to win like this? I guess. Yeah, fun. I even had the bet with my dad. If we get a medal, he will buy me a computer, like a gaming computer for everything. So he kept his promise. I got the PC, so shout out to the teammates for the computer, boys.
Nice.
We did it.
But really, what you mentioned, it's always for our sport. It is very nice when, like, in maybe smaller country, bringing some medals and showing that it is possible, even with very small community, to achieve something, to show something, and very important. And I think that's why this sport is more popular in Latvia than in Lithuania. No, maybe not now.
You think?
But in that moment, I think it was so.
Maybe, like, I have heard the stories from like 10 years ago, how it was in Rigas Rudens, for example. They had like 20 plus teams and stuff like this. And now it's just like pretty much sad what's happening. But maybe some people will realize it's fun to play Frisbee. All my friends know that every time I meet them or new people, all I'm saying is like, come and play Frisbee. Always. I always have a disc with me. So
the same here. We are like ambassadors of this sport, though, so we should involve as much as we can. Okay, and I think you are the guy. Not. I think I know that you are the guy that has like international career. Not like only playing with the Salaspils, but you are represented Mooncatchers last season or more. I don't know.
Only last season. That was the first time I played outside of outside of Latvia, let's say.
Yeah. So I would like you to say to us the story about it, how it was like from very beginning, where is the idea came from, and like how it was in general.
As far as I remember, it all started with Arvids playing for the Belgium under-20 team in, I think it was in Quebec in Canada. It all started there, but for me personally, I think I went to the Diskin camp and I met all the Jonker brothers, all the Belgium guys. We were just like hanging around, fun weekend, fun week in France.
This
Practice.
very first was this Diskin camp.
Diskin camp, pretty much. I knew some of these guys because in my first EUCF, we played for the third place against Mooncatchers. And that was the first time I met Raf Jonkers. He's like this tall guy with the red, like a spiky hair. And you're like, who is that guy? He literally jumped over Giannis at one play. And we were like, who is that? But yeah, we went to this Diskin camp. You can apply for it as well this year. And we went there, a lot of great friends. And we started to talk already then. Imagine, bro, we playing on the same team, how it would look. Would be crazy. And I'm not sure when, but somewhere around maybe this time last year, they reached out like, hey, we have few spots for the Worlds. Are you interested in? Like, at first it was me and Arvids. I said pretty much I went to my parents. I asked them what they think about it. They were like, well, it's your choice. You do what you want. And I'm like, okay, like, that's something I want to do. Let's go. So I said yes. Arvids was thinking about it. I think he was thinking about it. Then Tom's got the green light as well to go. And yeah, pretty much that's how we all agreed to go play for the Moon. But shout out Mooncatchers. That was crazy.
Yeah, and in general, this how it was this experience for you?
For me?
Like, no, maybe some... from two perspectives, like one is like from results, how you are satisfied about what you achieved, and one is like in general like a player, how was experience about all the preparation process, all the traveling stuff, and from
it was quite fun from the traveling perspective. Tickets from Riga airport to Charleroi airport was like the cheapest ones were like 22 euros. So the plane tickets were not an issue. For me, it was like if I have a place where to stay, but always one of the teammates hooked me up with a bed or just like the spare place to crash. So that was cool. But overall experience with the Moon, out of this world. I think the first tournament, you go there and you see that coach wants you to see how you're playing with all the guys. So for me, it was, I wanted to spend as much time as I can to be with the squad, to build some chemistry with the boys. Because during the Worlds, I think it was the first game, first point for the Moons. It's like Sofian standing on the sideline. It's like getting stall 8. And I'm like on the far side of the field. He literally looks at me and I know what's up. So I sprinted to the end zone and a huge layout grab, first point, just because we built this chemistry. Like I told him before the point, if you're in trouble, just look at me and I'll get you. So it's just pretty much building the chemistry with the boys. What else was the question?
About results, I don't know really. I know only result of Worlds, but there was tournaments before that. So how you are satisfied about results, what you achieved during, and how many tournaments maybe you can say participated, because I know only few, but...
With the Mooncatchers.
Yeah.
So the first tournament was Gentle Invite. I think we smoked everyone there. Like, we won that one. The next tournament was Tom's tourney, which sadly I couldn't play. But the team got, I think they got 5th place because they lost to Is No Good. So for them, that was a bit rough. Then it was Windmill when we played in the final, but that was a complete disaster. In my eyes, they literally crushed us. Then I played the Belgium Championship with the Mooncatchers, which was super nice. Only 2 games for me, but pretty easy. Belgium champion, 10th in a row for the Moons.
Yeah.
And I think then we went to the Worlds. But the Worlds, I mean, if you ask anyone who knows me and ask me this question, what's my expectation for the Worlds? I always said, we're going to win it. That was from the first day that I said that I'm playing for the Moon. I told everyone that we're winning this. The best part was that Coach PA, he read 2 books that were the last 2 books I read before joining the Moon. It was one, 11 Rings by Phil Jackson, amazing book, and the Mamba Mentality as well from Phil Jackson. And during the Worlds, he always, before the games, had like these small stories. And these all stories came from the book. So he starts the story, and I look at him and I'm like, I know this story. And everyone is so focused and like listening. And I'm like, okay, we're doing this. So yeah, it was like reliving the story of like Michael Jordan and Kobe from the NBA in the Frisbee world. Felt amazing, but results, I think after we lost the game to Clapham, for the 3rd place, I didn't talk almost to nobody for like 2 hours. I literally put my shades on and I was sitting like, this is not what I was looking for. But then the coach PA came up to me and he's like, yo, D, you got to flip the switch. And yeah, I think I was drinking for like 2 weeks in a row, something like that. That was crazy. But yeah, I think the Worlds was better than anyone expected out of us. I knew that we could do better, but it was okay. Then we went to the EUCF, which was as well a complete disaster. Maybe you have seen it. We got the 5th place, going from the 4th in the world to 5th in Europe in like span of month or 2. That was a bit unlucky. The game we lost to the champions, the Irish side, the Ranelagh.
Yeah.
That was a bit painful because we had the chance to force the universe, which would be downwind for them or upwind for them. I mean, upwind. And I think we still had the good chance to win the game, but we lost it. It was nice to go to the party and don't care about pretty much tomorrow because the coach only said, do whatever you want, but we have to win tomorrow. So I think it was 3 hours before we have to wake up for the game. Still everyone is partying. The coach is like, yeah, let's go. So we wake up, go to the warm-up. I look at the coach and he's like, no, I don't feel good. He didn't even put his cleats on, but I think we smoked our opposing team like +8 or something. So that was easy. And yeah, that was the end of the season with the Moons. Of course, we saw them in indoor championship here as well, which for me was super hard to play against them. The same guys you've been fighting along the whole season, practicing with, you know what they're doing, they know what you're doing, and then semi-final and you have to play against them. It was like,
Yeah, no, but it was really a nice game in indoor championship. It was, I think, should be final like that. I would say from like it's my opinion. But yeah, semi, what to do? You know, somebody always should lose.
yeah, like after the game, I was like sitting and I'm like telling to my teammates, I feel disappointed, but I don't know in what. Because the game was good. There was nothing you could like point out like this was wrong, this was wrong. The game was amazing. It's just unlucky that we lost. So yeah, felt a bit sad, but pretty much 30 minutes after the game, Raf came to me. We had a small chit chat and, you know, same old story, good friends, but yeah. Sucks.
No, it was, yeah. But if about Worlds, for example, I don't know, have you felt that in some moment it was huge focus or interest in moon catchers, because I felt that in Europe, that everybody shared, oh, look what those guys are doing. Like it was like Cinderella story or something like that. Because I think the last clubs championship, it was maybe moon catchers was 13 or 15.
Something like that, 17 to 13.
Yeah, something like that. I don't remember. And now they are going and they are already in top 8. Oh, again, it's everybody was like excited. And have you felt that in USA or?
I mean, yeah, because people were coming towards to you, like, or the teammates. Oh, you're moon catchers. Like, good luck. You're doing great. It's crazy. Plus, we had like these two Americans, Paul Arthurs and Johnny Bansfield, and they had like super good insights from all American teams and stuff like this. So what they said, most of the teams outside of Europe, or for example, Americans, they're scared to lose to Europeans team.
Why?
Like, I don't know, for them,
like,
it's unacceptable to lose to Europeans because we're Americans, you know?
Yeah.
And for us, it's like, okay, so they're scared already. We're just starting to warm up. So yeah, I think the first team we took down was Rhino Slam from the USA side from Canada. And who else? And Furious George we took down as well. And then people were like, okay, these guys are serious. I think we played against Pony.
Yeah.
When it struck like most of the guys on the sideline, I'm like, oh no, it's Jeff Babbitt. Like all the Marcus Brownlee and all these guys. I'm like, guys, if I hear any word of these fan guys stuff, I'm going to smack someone. Like, this is game we're playing against them. Like, we should be like, who? Who is he? I don't know, but...
Like athlete versus athlete.
Yeah, exactly. But from the media perspective, it was crazy. Like, have you seen the videos what happened in Belgium in some pubs after we won against Sokai the quarterfinal? The whole pub went nuts. There's like this monument of Brussels, like this mannequin piece, like small pink boy. Somebody put the Mooncatcher shirt on him and he had to spend the night in jail for it. It's crazy, you know, you wake up, because in USA and Europe, it's different time zones. You wake up in the morning, you have a next game, you go on your social media and it's like crazy what's happening there. It's like, yeah, we felt the support. I even got messages from the people I didn't thought they're following this or they even care about this, but there were some people sending some messages like, whoa, okay, this is huge. But mostly we were just focusing on the next game. We were like studying the opponents, specific matchups. So pretty much back to the hotel, everyone in a computer. We had meetings and it was super professional.
Nice. Because really, from my perspective, I would say like from out of Europeans clubs which participated in club championship, I would say that maybe your game was so like not involving but eye-catching, like very dynamic, a lot of nice episodes, you know, like I would call it a bit crazy, and maybe a lot of players sometimes missing it, like everything doing like perfectly, okay, like very academic way, like going, switching, swing disc, yeah. That, and there was a lot of
back scuba.
Yeah, and there was a lot of crazy shots and crazy moments. I would say that maybe it's catching like some fans, let's say.
I mean, being on the sideline when Arthur Feller is throwing his scuba, it's like nerve-wracking. It's crazy. But I was thinking about it like a few days ago leading up to this podcast. Like, I don't remember like PA, the coach, saying, oh, you have to slow down, because I don't remember last time when I was throwing that many hammers in outdoor tournament or scubers, because it was just like in the flow of the team. You see someone open, bang. You don't even think about, oh, it could be drop, it's hammer, it's a bad throw, bad decision. He's open, I got this.
And it's advantage.
Of course, for us, like we're playing a lot of indoors here, it's hammer. I would say hammer is my worst pass. But looking back at the videos from the Worlds, like 50% of my passes in end zone were hammers. And I'm like, that's not me. But we did it.
If it works, why not?
I didn't drop a single hammer in the tournament, so that was amazing.
Yeah, really. Because it was the same story when we played last year in Winter Beach versus this American guys.
Yeah, I remember
fast
them.
food, slow dudes or something like that. So some of them, they previously played in UDL, and they said, guys, you're crazy with those throws like overhead, like hammers and blades. We never like play like that. And they said, no, okay, like it's good throw, but outdoors, no, it's not usual to use. And even, for example, we played quite on equal level with them, with our second team. With of course, second team won against Salaspils that tournament.
Shout out to them.
But we played like on very, very equal, and they said, "Oh, those throws, it's so like hard to adapt. You're starting with maybe one tactics. Of course, it's in such a tournament, there's not much like tactics and scouting of something. So you are going with that, and then understand that everything goes overhead. So I think it's again, like you mentioned, it's benefit for your team, for you as athlete, that you can throw that throws, and of course, if it works, why not to throw?
Well, for me, it's almost like natural. For me, for example, if I have to do a swing, I'd much rather throw a scuba than try to go for the flick. I don't know why, because for me, your hands are already low, because it's harder to get them up.
Yep.
But yeah, back to the scubers or hammers. There was the final in the Worlds, and one guy, he threw a scuba or hammer in the final, and after that he came to the moons and said, when I was throwing that scuba or hammer, I was thinking about you guys. Because I believe for them as well, it's like you're used to passes on the low ground, right? And suddenly, like, you're guarding a guy, face guarding, for example, and suddenly this comes here and he catches it, and you're like, what was that? I mean, in indoors, I hate it because you're super close to your guy, but they either way will throw it. But in outdoors, if you don't expect it, you will get burned. Especially if there's like guys who can throw like a hammer from the brick mark, like Arvids.
Yeah.
It's like unexpectable. You never know when he will pull it out.
But till now, for example, I don't know which position he plays. Like, because in some games he's like that long cutter going deep, but in some games he's just throwing this signature flicks. And
I mean, like, I can't blame him because I'm pretty sure he's doing what the defense is allowing him to do, because I'm guarding him mostly every practice. And usually I'm trying to at least force him something, either to play handlers or go deep. And either way, he can do whatever he wants. So I think he just plays by the intuition already. Like, he's just looking at the game and seeing the options. Because he's not forcing anything, mostly. Maybe some deep shots, but when he goes to the zone, there's pretty much nobody who can stop him. At least I haven't seen anyone.
okay, modest.
Well, you can say that, yeah, but I don't buy that.
Yeah, no, it's different types of players, I would say.
Different body types as well. Maybe both are tall, but I think Arvids is a bit quicker.
Could be, yeah. But and I think Arvids won this Ultimate Player of the Year.
Yeah.
So why not Didzis?
I mean, not Arvids. I will blame my leg. My leg hurts. No.
So our tournament is fault, like, because
Like,
you hurt in
If I have to compete against Arvids for this award, like, have it, bro. Like, I'm not like even mad. I'm actually happy for my guy that he got it. Well deserved. Like nobody could stop him the whole season. That's what I think. It's maybe a team effort, but individually, nobody.
Nice to have such teammates.
I mean, yeah, like, I think I have played against Arvids only in like hat tournaments or something like that. So I'm blessed that he's on my side always. So I'm not complaining. Shout out you, boy.
Yeah, and okay. If we touched some points of indoor throws, what in general, for example, your opinion about different types of ultimate beach, outdoor, indoors, which is like most interesting for you, and what you can say about each type?
I mean, I would say the most interesting is outdoors. It's a big field, 7 versus 7, 100 minutes. So it's not like a super short game. If you make a mistake, you have more than an hour pretty much to make it up. So it's like a marathon. But indoors and beach, the games are shorter, the fields are smaller. So if the field gets smaller, there is no place for error. It's like a centimeter game already. So for me, the top is outdoors. I don't know. I like to play in the wind because I found that a lot of people, not a lot of, but some people struggle throwing in the wind, especially in a strong wind. But I feel like it's equal for everyone. So I enjoy if the weather is even worse, if it's raining and super windy, I like it. A lot of turnovers and I can do some layouts and stuff like this. Then I would say beach is second most fun because you can do layouts and pretty much not get injured. Because it's hard to get injured in sand.
Yep.
Maybe you can twist your ankle somehow, but that's super unlucky.
Or beat the other guy somehow.
Yeah. But beach is a bit slower. It's hard to run. Your legs are getting sore. It hurts after first day. It's rough. And indoors is my least favorite. I don't know. I'm kind of forced to play indoors if I want to play frisbee during the winter season. But it's okay. For example, yesterday we had a pretty nice practice, but like last 10 minutes, me and the guys were just like bamboozling, running around like this on the field, like doing some weird fakes, just like having fun in the end. But yeah, indoors is my least favorite.
Okay, so I will cut this answer
Question.
because yeah.
I mean, disc golf is better than indoors for me.
Come on.
I play disc golf almost every weekend. I play with the casual frisbee disc,
Yeah.
and I have 3 hole-in-ones already. I mean, it's just like, and 2 of them I have called it. I'm like, I could have a hole-in-one here. Ching! And my friend is like, I will never play with you again.
Yeah, but nope. Because why I'm like asking, because there is some not like rumors, but some opinions that, for example, we don't need like indoors, and I always try to argue about it because like if some countries are good in that, why they like should lose the chance to compete in that format, in that type of ultimate. That's why like I asked that. Of course, but you are opposite person than me, for example, because it's like indoor is my favorite, beach is second, and outdoors. But I don't know, it's about my age or something.
Maybe. You don't like to run, I guess.
Yeah, no, now maybe yes.
No, of course.
Yeah, it all depends on that. But I remember, and previously was something, not like the same, but I liked, like as you said, like dive in the grass, grab, or windy or rainy. It's nice, but in some point of my age, it's starting to change. And
Well, for me, indoors, the only thing I hate truly about indoors, you can be as close as you can to your guy, like literally, like chest to chest. They will still throw the disc and he will catch it just because you can't do anything, because you have a bad position or you're just in a bad angle. I absolutely hate it, but indoors is good for like practicing defense, because if you're guarding the guys like you're doing in indoors, outdoors, it's like super tough to play against because he's always next to you, like pretty much side by side. If the pass is bad, disc is yours. So, but indoors, like the championship, which was here in Lithuania like 2 months ago.
yeah, in December, beginning.
One of the best tournaments I have ever been part of. Like, we got the medal, yeah, finally, cool. But overall, like the level was something else. I enjoyed it. It was
Thank
super
you.
nice.
Thanks. Really, it was idea from our perspective, like from organizers, that to do something high level with the and to show that tournaments can happen not like only in one gym, for example, with few fields. What is always like usually happens for outdoors, like a lot of fields in one spot. It's nice, but no, not every country can afford it, like to do it. So, and indoors especially. How many countries has such sports centers that a lot of fields in one spot? So it was idea that to show that we can do differently. Maybe in the future, I have ideas, for example, to do
World Indoors Championship.
something like that, and can be, for example, like men's in Lithuania, women's division Latvia, mix Estonia, and finals they're going to Riga or
Rail Baltic.
Yeah,
Come on.
Yeah, so it's maybe crazy ideas looking now.
Why not?
But why not? Yes, because
I think it's doable.
Yes, and all sports are going to indoors. Futsal we have like already, so and it's quite popular for streaming. It's easy because no need.
It's not like 1 hour and 30-minute long game. It's like 35 minutes, no stoppages. Yeah, for fans it's better, I would say. But me as a player, maybe you make one drop and in the end you lose the game because of that. Like, okay, don't drop the disc, obviously. But if you have a Bruno on your team, it's hard.
Hard to do,
Yeah. No. These guys who catch with one hand and can't catch.
Yeah.
Much love.
Yeah, of course, easier always to throw to Arvids and that's it.
I mean, I'm not the guy who's always throwing to Arvids. Even in practices, I see him, he's like running and I'm like, bro, no, it's like a bad throw. So, but yeah, in Salzpils we have like this problem. Most of the people, it's high stall count, what to do. No swing, no nothing, just a hammer to Arvids and like catch it. If not, Arvids, come on. I guess it's the problem in Latvia.
But I saw that it was on some ultimate meme account on Facebook that it's the same. If you don't know what to do, just pick the tallest guy from your team and just throw it.
Yeah, like it's not a bad choice, especially if the receiver is Arvids. I would say it's like 98% of the time he will catch it. If not, you can always call a foul.
Of course.
Yeah, in the worst case, disc will go back.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Okay, but very, very good point of that because next my question about rules and interpretation. For example, maybe you have some ideas what could be changed if someday some guy from BFDF will come and said that Didzis say us 3 suggestions, we will change it in our rules.
I don't know. I kind of would love to have a referee on the field. For example, just to look at the sidelines and keep the stall count so it's clean. For example, I literally dedicated my time to learn how to count till 10 in 9 seconds. So you're counting to 10, but it's in 9 seconds, so it's hard to get you on this fast count, for example, violation. I literally did it. Blame me, call the fast count on me. I will contest it. But yeah, I would love to have a referee as well, just to check the lines and some of the rules. Mostly it's spirit is good in a frisbee. I have never had a super bad spirited game when someone is foul, we super badly need to win. Maybe there was one regional tournament for EUCF when one guy hugged Igor's and he's already super mad because it's a universe and the guy's sorry, we need to win. And holding him on the field and I'm looking at that and I'm like, how on earth is this happening now? But in general, do you think there should be new rules or we have to change something in the rules? I'm kind of used to it already. I don't mind. It's a bit complicated to know all the aspects of it. But either way, sometimes during the practice, I learned some new rules from my teammates because there's so many in different scenarios that it's hard to know the rules. So the referee or the game advisors, which sometimes have, it's nice because you can go up to them and ask the question if you have about the specific rule or something. So that would be something which I think I would enjoy because I have done different sports where there is referee. You can always blame him, you know, if you lose the game. Oh, it was referee, not like, oh, it was Bruno.
Yeah, no, about it would I would like to have as well, like maybe not observers, not like referees, because like we are saying here in Lithuania, it's I think maybe Kasta's idea that ultimately it's only sport that you don't need to cheat somebody like else. Now, for example, you know, those all stuff.
Just like imagine someone nearly hitting you and you're just on the ground like, oh!
Because you know that referee will like call the foul and that's it. But here there is nobody to cheat on because like everybody sees and this guy who defending you will understand what is happening now. Of course, during my quite long career in this sport, a few years ago, first time ever, I saw this. Like one guy came and he pretended that, oh, this fell down. And everybody, even his teammates said, what the hell you're doing here? Like, hey, he pushed me. And even it was not like a game episode. It was between like calls. No, like call.
So it's a stoppage?
Yeah, stoppage. And one guy from my team came, grabbed the disc and came to the point of action.
Yeah.
And he like fell down. But what you wanted to show? Because this still will be
it's
there.
It's still stoppage and you're like, oh, come on, ref.
yeah, something like that. I just
no.
Yeah, and it was first time, and I just said up after that game that, yeah, I'm still young if I see such new things in my life and in the game.
Well, there is one guy in Latvia who's playing football as well, and I have bumped into him during the point, couple of times, you know. Sometimes you bump into each other, but not like super hard contact. You touch him barely, and he's immediately on the ground. He's not calling anything. You immediately stop, and you're like, are you okay? He stands up and runs away, and you're like, what is this? Can somebody guess who it is in the comments? Can you guess who it is from Latvia?
No.
Okay,
No,
I will not say.
I think that I know, but maybe not.
Okay.
I will say you after that.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And if not about the rules, so, for example, maybe you have some suggestions about tournaments, about maybe season in Europe, maybe what you would like to see or what you would do differently like it is now.
I mean, me as a player from Latvia, the current season, I don't know, it's hard to go to all the tournaments because it's pretty much spread out around the Europe and we're not like in the middle of the Europe. So for us, it's maybe expensive to go to the Portugal, to the France, Italy. But for example, if the most of the tournaments would, let's say, will happen in Germany, in maybe Poland, somewhere closer to us, that would be better. But in general, I really enjoyed this idea about this Ultimate League. I think it was Ulti Worlds or Ulti TV's idea or something like that. That idea was pretty cool, but I guess it all ended with the money thing as well, because not enough people were willing to pay to see this happen. But yeah, something like that would be pretty nice if you have like the season, certain clubs or certain players from area. Let's say we have a team from Baltics, Estonians, Latvians, and Lithuanians. I think we could put a pretty decent team together to showcase our skills to the rest of the Europe. I think that would be cool, but
yeah.
I don't mind playing with Salzpils as well. Those guys are sick, not stall out.
Yeah, no, I agree with some of your thoughts. Really, this league idea, it should be nice. Only, like I'm always saying on Lithuanian version of podcast that what is unfair now in our sport, in our tournament, that it's not like the maximum of players on the roster is quite high. And for example, if you are a small country, you can have 14 top stars.
Yeah.
You will never win. Because for 1 week, you will be dead in some point of the tournament. And that's why it's not very fair, because it's based on volume, not about quality more. So I liked very much this change in World Games when it was, I think, 14 players, and that's it. And it was crazy, super good. Then you're playing, for example, 1 game per day.
Yeah.
No need to have marathon, like to go 2 games, 200 minutes per day, 1 week. It's crazy. When you are saying to some professional sportsmen from other sports, they're saying you're crazy.
3 games a day? Like what? Like try to run 3 full games a day and the next morning wake up and be like, oh yeah, let's do it again.
Yeah, let's repeat
It's
it.
like, no.
Yeah, so always it's my like suggestion, and maybe there will be some tournament or something that could be like that, because no, when you're coming, I remember 2016 in London Worlds, we came 16. Like, okay, maybe 8 players there, they deserve to be in Lithuanian national team, but 8 was that they can afford, but maybe not the best players. So you are coming with group of 16, and you're playing against, no, I know, Canada, USA with 30, and you already don't understand who are spectators or who are players, So, and of course, it was 3rd day, I think, and we were dead. Not me. Maybe some better athletes were not so dead, but yeah. So it was crazy, and after that, I started to think about it. But why? Why everything based on such marathons? Like, why 1 week? You can have some, I don't know, some stages.
Like before that, like group stage, and the playoffs are like, let's say 2 months later. They have like this in Belgium for their national championship. They played the season, and 4 teams advances to the semifinals, and that's it. You show up to the championship weekend, 2 games, win both of them, you go home with the gold medals. Pretty simple, but yeah, as you said, you had this in London 2016. For me, it was 2019 U24. We went there, I guess, with like 14 people, and we had like maybe 6 girls. I mean, last day, 2 games, a semifinal, and for the 3rd place, I already told myself, like, I'm playing only 1 game today, so I went all out in the semifinal, lost by 2 points. 2 hours later, you have to fight for a medal. My legs are done. I couldn't even run. It was so painful, but yeah, and when you lose, then you're sitting there like, they're like 25. In the end, we were like 11 or 12 because injuries and stuff like this. Crazy, but it's a team sport, so it's not defined how many people mostly you are, but it's like, and it's not about your best players, it's about your worst players. Like, if your worst player is better than opposite side's worst player, then of course you will win in the theory. But yeah, in the long tournaments, it's tough, especially if you play a lot.
Yeah.
Last games are the toughest ones. You have to really show who you are.
Maybe that's why I think, I always looking at that point from other perspectives, like, do we really see the highest quality always in finals? Because maybe one team, it's like main players already, they're a bit tired, no, not a bit, but tired, and do we really see the best what we can see? So what is all about?
I would say you see the best of what you can see
Can
because
see,
those
yeah.
are the guys still the best which are available at that time. But yeah, like sometimes, not always, but sometimes like the end of the finals, for example, this year's EUCF final, the open division. What happened? You saw what
Yeah,
happened?
yeah.
Crazy. Like some of those mistakes late in the game from Clapham, I have never seen them. If Moon would play against them, they would never do that. I'm pretty sure they would be like, we can do this. But yeah, I don't know if they're tired or not. I would like to think that they were not tired, but some of those mistakes were like, come on, dude.
Yeah, no, it
Really?
was. I remember that before each game, we always on our chat group we just guess who
The score, plus,
yeah,
minus.
how it
yeah,
will
yeah,
be,
yeah.
and everybody said, it's easy money for Clapham. It's no problem. But
I said the same thing. Even before the universe, I was like, Clapham all day, Clapham. And when they lost, I was like, I'm getting the Ranelagh jersey. I got it.
yeah, but it's again, it makes our sport special. It's nice that we don't have I don't know,
One unbeatable.
team, and like one is very on top and everybody somewhere and changing only opponent in the final. So it would be not nice, but
I still think Clapham is somewhere here, like above everyone.
but last year I heard from some guys and from my team and from other that when you watching a lot of teams, then you somehow starting to understand that maybe Clapham's game it's not so like I said, not so
Interesting. Yeah.
not so excited like when you're watching others. And so there is some truth for me. For example, sometimes the same when I watch Kuzb La Fota,
Yeah.
the same. Sometimes I'm just missing some, this passion or somehow like they're doing their job. Sometimes maybe stupid mistakes and crazy decisions, but in general, system going.
I mean, boring ultimate wins games. For Clapham, sometimes the whole sideline is screaming boring. And you're just like, if you're on the field, you're like, what are they doing? But they're just reminding everyone to play boring frisbee because if you keep disc alive and you don't make mistakes, you're going to win games. So they understand that. So they don't have to be flashy or throw crazy throws because if they have the gold medal around the neck after the tournament, what you can say like, oh, you didn't throw that or that. Yeah, but I have a gold medal and you don't. So
Yes.
What's up with that?
Yes. I remember out of after one of the tournaments, I don't remember which it was. Greetings to Davide. He said yes, Mooncatchers beated us first day. I don't know what tournament was. Yes, but in the final, look where they are. Where they are. Maybe even it was USCF or maybe
EUCF, I think they won the first game against La Fota.
Yeah.
And then they lost to everyone.
yes, something like. Look where they are. Okay, we lost, but where they are. So again, it's.
Well, they had some injuries during that tournament, their top players, but yeah, you go out in the first game, and after that, some guys had some beers. You know how frisbee goes.
Yeah.
Starting to enjoy the tournament, and then when it's time to play, you're like, oh, we're trailing, we're losing. It's time to start to get into the zone, but yeah, it's too late. But yeah, I mean, I hope Mooncatchers will win one day EUCF. I really hope. That would be cool because I think they have one medal, one bronze in 2018, 19, something like that. But yeah, other than that, they're pretty much have had a pretty rough runs in EUCF.
But after Worlds, I heard that some people thought no, like it can be the year of Mooncatchers in Europe.
Well, that's what we thought. After the Worlds, we lost the game pretty much the same evening in a party or team meeting. We were like, we're gonna win EUCF. It's like everybody signed like these contracts pretty much like we're focusing now on EUCF.
But
Lost one game. Okay, we lost 2 games, but let's not count the Chevy game. That was funny. Shout out Rap. But yeah, I don't know. EUCF was pretty disappointing. That was super disappointing.
Should be. When you're higher ranked in the Worlds than in Europe.
Exactly. And you're like, yeah, it's a bit speechless, but again, it's sport. It happens. It's not like we lost to the bad team. That team who you lost to went and win the Clapham in the finals. So to see that, I was like, well, okay, we lost to champions. So I feel a bit better, but still not.
Yeah, I remember such story about indoor clubs championship in Denmark. It was funny story. Like I when I watched the final stream of the final, like commentators saying, there is one team who beat both of them. Yeah, it is what I. But where are they? Hey, they're 12.
What happened to you after you beat us and the Real 5?
Because main thing was that Dovydas was injured.
Oh, he had an ankle or something. I think.
No, shoulder.
Shoulder.
Yeah,
but in or game or something.
Yes,
like that.
yes.
I remember something.
It was.
Like that.
He was like beaten to the wall.
Yeah, those walls in Denmark.
Yeah, it
were
was
awful.
very close. So and our team, like we lost our leader.
Yeah.
And somehow maybe not how to say regrouped all that stuff because we missed that, and our game in quarterfinal went quite well. We were.
You were playing Swedes like
No. We in
KFK maybe.
Germans.
Germans.
That's it.
Bad skit.
I think.
Okay, yeah, maybe.
It was most unspirited. I don't know. Not team maybe, but maybe a team. I don't know. But there was not nice situation because really we were in front, we lead, and everything went okay. But in some moment I felt that my team lost focus. When you see after mistake smiles, it's bad. You should be in trouble. And then after +2, it was like we went to Unimer's point. We defended. No, but again, I think it was as it was. But overall, I think our team was about from 5th till 8th. No, according power ranking, as
I would say
felt.
higher.
No, could be, but when
top 5 definitely.
I would not say so because when we played some teams and they were stronger than us. Maybe for that tournament we will not well prepared or something like that. But without our leader, it was very hard for us.
Well, we didn't had Arvids as well for that tournament, but okay, we still had Rainis. So Rainy, if you're listening this, come back. We need you. Really, he's the GOAT, hands down.
Maybe we can go to questions and
sure
answers. On the list, first one is Julia Petrovaite.
Hello.
She even has like 2 questions.
2 questions.
Yeah. So first question is, in which division do you think Baltics can shine in EU ultimate scene and why?
I would say in open and women's. Because we have in Baltics, we have like a strong guys and women are strong as well. But in a mix, I don't see us playing mixed together as much as we should if we're focusing on a mix. Because in Latvia, we have like a mixed practices always because we have 4 girls coming to the practice and we have like 17 guys. and the girls are complaining why we're not allowing them to play as much. You are 4, we're 17. You want us to play open like 4 guys, 1 girl indoors? Like, I don't see the logic there, but I would say that girls versus girls and guys versus guys is better in Baltics in the long run than mix. Because what is, for example, friends doing in a mix? It's like for them, it's like a community. They're just like already since childhood pretty much playing with them each together. So, and as I understand from them, they have like this program for Olympics because they wanted to host Olympics. They will host Olympics and they wanted to get frisbee in. So they have like this mixed campaign there, like World Games as well. So I don't see Baltics competing in a mix at that high level. At least we could probably squeeze in top 5, but medals, I'm not sure. My opinion.
Yeah, no, I heard some opinions about maybe Lithuanian mix more that somehow, again, Davide said, he said, somehow your guys are playing good, your ladies playing good, but you're not matching together. But of course, I agree with some arguments from you that really, like for example, Groot, I think, best club, they're playing mixed long time. They're focusing on that. And in Europe, if from national, I think Hungary has the same program.
They had like this youth program.
Yeah, they
Zoltan.
Yeah, again, there is a lot of maybe not nice things about him but a lot of.
Well, he have done some good things as well.
Yeah,
for the sport.
Yes, and I agree with that. But again, let's see.
I'm pretty sure Yulia wanted me to say mix, but no. I'm just sharing my opinion.
Yeah, no, we'll see, because you never know. Maybe...
prove me wrong.
Yeah, maybe some people, understands, and we already ready to play mix, and we will be successful. We'll see.
Well, for us, I guess it's better to play mix, because most of the big countries there already have a men's side and women's side, like open and women's. So usually for them, mix is like the third generation players, like the ones who didn't make the open or women's division. It's not for us the same. So that's our advantage. But for example, if it's the World Games, I don't see us competing against those teams, those countries.
Yeah.
The big ones. So yeah.
No, which were in World Games, that was really cream of the mix ultimate, I would say.
Yeah, like what happened there, like it was insane. It was really nice to watch it, because it was like 4 games a day. Like all teams, 8 teams, everybody played 1 game. You had 4 games to watch. Okay. Nice. It was pretty enjoyable.
I was disappointed about Germany, because they were good. They beat all the
Germans. Like, I was surprised how well they did. Like out of nowhere, pretty much. You knew some of those players. I have played against most of them already, but how they were playing there and how they played against me, it's like whole new level. I was like, but okay, it's World Games, so different preparation, different mentality. So I was more like surprised about GB, how bad they did in the World Games. They finished last. I talked about Justin Ford about this, and he was like, we don't talk about this. That was funny.
Yeah.
At least his answer was funny.
Okay, let's go. Other question is from Julia again. And the question is, why Liela Zibe is Salas plus Moto?
I'm not sure if I should say it, but okay, whatever. We're on a podcast. So, you know this tournament, Hello Stockholm, happening in Sweden. So for us Latvians, it's easier to travel there with the ferry, like the Tallink. It's like 16-hour drive across the Baltic Sea. It's like the huge party during the night. You can go to the karaoke. And Rainis Otisons, who's my goat, super drunk on the stage. Liela zīve. I literally started this just because I wanted to a bit meme Rainis somehow, because in our team we have like this good chemistry and we don't have any chance. Most of the chance we have stole from someone else, like the idea. But like the Liela zīve, that was purely based to shout out Rainis Otisons. That's the true story about this song. Everybody mostly hated, but in this year's indoor championship, the last game we played for the third place, the Latvian girls side, before I was throwing every pull, they were like yelling Liela zīve. I'm throwing the disc and I'm thinking to myself, this is so stupid. Why? But it was funny. Like in the end, like you see like the passion, how they were like cheering you on with this Liela zīve. So yeah, that's just because of Rainis. In my eyes, he's the greatest frisbee player ever.
And I would say that it's very good balance between athleticism and IQ, I would say, because he's not most athletic guy. No, I met. But, but he has like good speed, good first step, like this power.
Like as he said, he has like this instant killer switch, but it's never turned off. Like you're guarding him and he will just always run away from you. And somehow like the Gusars or Belka will just find him. They already have played, I don't know, 15, 20 years together. And they say, if you see Rainis just going, you know what he's going to do. You just throw. He will catch it. So
what he's doing now?
Nobody. I think I'm the last one from our club who have seen him. Because he's kind of missing. I know that he's safe. He's working somewhere. I heard like maybe Norway or maybe now in Latvia, but no true info about Rainis, what he's doing. But yeah, I met him right before I went to the World Championship in Salisbury in one small store. I'm riding my bike to somewhere, I don't know where. I'm riding across the shop. I look in and I see Rainis. I'm like, no way. Stop my bike, go in the shop, and I'm like, Rainis? I hugged him. We talked for like 2 minutes and like, okay, bye. Went to the practice, told someone I met Rainis. Next day I received like 2 or 3 phone calls. Did you really met Rainis? And I'm like, yeah, what's up? You know where he is or something about him? No, I just met him on the street, like, what's up? So yeah, but Rainis I'm sure he's fine. He's just doing his thing. But yeah, I would love to see him back on the field. Miss him. Okay. Low key.
Yeah. Okay. Now we have question from nickname on Instagram. It's Revolt1.
Okay. He's from Ukraine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I traded my jersey, all my Latvian kit to him. I just gave it away to him.
Yeah. So his question is, I wonder about preparation to EUC 2022, like, and feelings after.
EUC.
EUYC, no, in Lithuania,
Indoors.
Yeah.
Preparation, well, pretty much we started preparing when you announced it. It was like the idea, because we knew that we're probably one of the favorites going into this tournament, because there were not this one specific team or players who are, in my eyes, as good as we are in indoors. I knew that they're not coming, so I was like, okay, we have a good chance to win it. And preparation, I don't know, same old stuff. Practices, you go to the gym on your free time. I do a lot of running and other stuff on my free time, because if I'm not doing every day something, at least push-ups, pull-ups, or go for a run, I feel bad about myself. Going to sleep, I can't fall asleep with this idea in my head that I didn't do something to get better today. I just can't fall asleep.
You are this sport junkie.
Maybe, yeah. I just like to get better, you know. I hate losing. So when I was younger and practicing in track and fields, I read this quote from Mo Farah don't dream about winning, train for it. And when I read it, I was like, man,
It's me.
yeah, I got to start training more. Well, but usually after like big tournaments, like you train so hard, even harder than you usually do, and you still can't achieve the goal. And then you're like sitting after the tournament and thinking, man, what I have to do more to win. And that's painful because you don't know, because you already done everything you could pretty much. So yeah, I don't know. It's just like you have to be passionate about the sport. I like the sport. I really love it. When, for example, I go out and throw a disc, let's say with Arvids, we can throw for like 4 or 5 hours and it will not get boring. Like at one point, like, it's already enough for me. We're just throwing a disc and at one point it's like, yo, 3 hours already. Maybe let's stop it. Let's go home and eat. Okay. So I will never get bored of throwing disc. That's for me. I just like it.
Yeah. And second part of the question, like feelings after
After the tournament?
After the tournament.
Man, I wanted to see the gold. I had like the deal with my family that they will come. Pretty much my whole family, but both of my grandmas, my dad, my mom, my sister, some of my friends even said like, okay, we're coming. But the deal was if we're playing final, they will be there. We didn't play final. So it was disappointing. I think like month after the tournament, I was still sitting at home. I still didn't put the medal out of my bag. It was still in the bag. I took it out, put it on the wall with the disc. I looked at it and I'm like, man, this will be something. Like in a few years, just to look back at it. But right after the tournament, you pretty much don't care which place you got. If you didn't win, it's like you lost anyways. So it was a bit disappointing.
Not like one basketball coach in Lithuania is saying like the best place is only one.
Yeah, exactly. If you don't win, like, what's the reason to be happy?
So like when you excusing, but it was a good vibes or something like that, so it's not for you.
I mean, I have never heard anyone saying that I have bad vibes, but you have to understand the game. If you really want to win it, you have to take it serious. But after the game, you can do whatever you want as long as it doesn't affect your next game, right? So, of course, if I have played all of the games, I can have some fun in the evening, troll some people, because even on the field, I talk so much smack to others. In USA, a lot of people were like, I have never heard anyone say that to me. One guy from Clapham said I have a bad spirit because I was guarding him and I was saying, Callahan. Imagine you're a handler waiting for a swing and the dude is guarding you and like saying, Callahan.
So you are
on the repeat.
trash talker.
A lot.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that much, but I like to as well push people on the practices, hold jerseys, all sort of different stuff which will throw you off your game. Because when I was doing different sports, if you were the guy who's like easily to get in your head, I will do it because for me, it's funny. Because what you're going to do, you can't catch me anyways. So I will just that's my type of having fun during the game. If I can troll someone, for example, I did this to Justin Ford in a Windmills final. Like, we got a drop on them. And I told him, your shoes is untied. He looked down and I immediately sprinted to the end zone. He came to me like, I can't swear, right? But he said something super bad after that to me, but like in a funny way. So I like to troll people a lot. That's like my type of, not like saying anything bad, but something maybe funny or like, what? For example, there was like this guy, Ben Yat from Pony. He knew some Latvian. We're playing them. It's like a 2-point game in the Worlds. Arvids comes to me and like, yo, you have to listen to this guy. I turn around, it's like Ben Yat, like 3-meter tall dude, and he's like, Dumškā zābaks, which in Latvian means dumb as boot. And I'm like, huh? What? And he's like, oh yeah, I have Latvian neighbors. So recently there was like a post on AUDL that he's the best trash talker in AUDL, I wrote in the comments, Dumška Zabaks, and his brother is like, oh, yo, I understood this even without the translator. That's so funny. And I'm like, I know it. Okay, so yeah, next time I'm going to play against Benjat, better watch out. I'm going to bring some Latvian heavy artillery to you. So yeah. But,
area of competing again.
I mean, yeah, why not? For me, it's nothing. If it's too crazy for you, you can say, yeah, stop it. Like the guy from Clapham, he said, can you stop? It's a bad spirit. I really don't like it. And I'm like, okay, I will stop, but I will talk with my spirit captain if it's a bad spirit. I went to Gael and I'm like, told him the story and he's like, no way you're doing this. I think it is bad spirit. And I'm like, really? Okay. So, yeah.
No, that's why I think in our sport it's so important, like to talk, to solving situations between like two players if they're not like doing something.
I mean, he didn't catch a disc a single time that point when I was saying Callahan. Your handler is just being scared to get the disc. So I was like, I did my job.
Yes.
So yeah, whatever it takes.
No, we do everything what like just to win the game.
Yeah, like normal athletes would do the same thing in basketball, NBA or EuroLeague. They talk even worse things.
Yeah, agree.
So I'm doing soft version of it.
No, we are more spirited. Yeah. Okay, next question from Milan from Alti TV.
No.
So, very short one. Commentating or playing, and why?
Definitely playing, but if I'm commentating only with Tom Styles, he's the GOAT, but I'd rather play Frisbee than commentate. Commentate, it's easy, but when you're on the field, you make the decisions, you make the show, you actually win. But I don't mind commentating as well. It's actually fun. If you have the right partner with you, it's piece of cake, in my opinion, but playing definitely.
And it's nice, like plan B if you can't play for some reason.
I wouldn't say that I'm like that good in commentating, but I mean, I like to talk sometimes, so...
Yeah.
If people like me to hear my opinion about what's happening on the field and I get paid, like, why not? I mean...
Easy money.
Yeah, like sometimes Frisbee is paying back to you in this way. Because usually you go to the tournaments and you pay money from your pocket. But in these cases, you go to the tournament and you get paid. It feels amazing.
But you know the area where it's like you're receiving quite good money if you talk a lot?
Where?
Politics.
Politics? Vote for Didzis for president. To be honest, my grandma, I still think she believes I will be a president one day.
Of something. Not like, could be not Latvia.
Probably not Latvia.
So there is a lot of areas where it can be.
Well, yeah, I can make my own business and be the president. So
yes.
Why not? Yeah. Good point.
Okay, next one it goes from Latvia, Eriks Podgurskis. Your GOAT of ultimate Frisbee players, male and female.
My GOAT of ultimate Frisbee players. Okay, I have to go with Reinis Otisons, my male GOAT. I've been saying this for years. It's actually funny because I started playing Frisbee like first 2-3 years. After every tournament, Reinis come to me and he's like, I don't like how you're playing. Literally, poker face telling me straight to my face, I don't like how you're playing. And then it was this one tournament, he came to me and he's like, I really enjoyed how you played this tournament. But if it will get to your head, I will beat you up. That's what he said. And I'm like, Reinis, you're drunk. Okay, but that was nice to hear from him. And the female GOAT, I have to go with this, one of the Colombian sisters. Cardenas or?
I don't know.
I truly forgot the name of her, but... Oh, no, I will go with Juliette from France. she's pretty nice. I played with her in the Diskin camp, and I was really surprised how good the girls are in France. Like going from Latvian like mixed scene to their play with these girls, I was like, whoa, this is way next level. So yeah, Juliette is my pick.
Okay, next one question is it's long story from multiple questions. I think I should arrange a date maybe for you, for Gintarė Petrauskaitė and you. You can chat more, but I will try to read all.
Okay.
So nice to have you on UltiMotion. I want to ask, what, in your opinion, is the most important thing for the team club to get from mediocre to driven, not like...
This was on Facebook, I think.
Yeah, to driven and winning team. As a multi-club player for really successful clubs, do you have some insight of the work that it's important collectively? Did you notice something that makes or breaks a club?
I mean, first of all, it's really nice to hear these things because in my perspective, I'm just doing what I like. So I don't see it as successful because I'm still going to the tournaments and I'm not finishing in the places where I want to be. But for the teams and clubs, I think, you know, there have to be that one person who is willing to put the extra work in and not to force anyone else to do it, but to try to lead by example, you know? Just to show good example how you should work out, what you should do on your free time and stuff like this. That's super important in the team, and mostly, you know, enjoy it, because I really enjoy playing with all of my teammates I have played with. It's not like I'm forced to play with them because I'm on the team. I'm actually enjoying playing with all these good players. So for me, I'm just having a joy and not forcing anything out of me, you know. Let the game come to you. I think there is not like a good answer to this.
I think there is always not one answer to this question, because for each team it's different stories. For some teams I think it can match, I don't know, some always coming out together somewhere. For some teams it could be that we just sitting together in the gym and that's it, or working, or just we met in tournaments. So I think what you said, it's very true, because like you said from your perspective. So
yeah, but oh man, I wanted to say something but I forgot. Okay, let's continue. If I will remember, I will just squeeze it in.
Yeah, okay. I think one of the first questions on our Facebook list came from Edmund England, or Edmund England, should be like that. No, but he's, I think, from Sweden, so England.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry if it was wrong.
Yeah, my question is, what are the difference between how Latvian national open team and Lithuanian open team play, both indoors and outdoors?
To be honest, I don't see a big difference, because for us, as a player from Latvia, I would say playing against Lithuania, for me, it's like not either like the toughest matchup, but like the most unhandiest matchup, because it's hard to play against you because you play pretty much similar style, right? For us, I think we like to push the pace, especially when we get the turnover. We pick it up and play it super fast. That's one thing we do. And yeah, but I truly don't see anything that off or anything like that. We pretty much never play zone, because in our side, zone defense with no wind is like hammer time.
Yeah.
Do. But I don't know. Maybe you can say something about this, because I read this question and I was like, I actually have nothing to say about this. Like, I think we play similar style, and that's pretty much it.
Maybe I can comment from like coach perspective that there is some differences, but overall indoors it's quite similar. That's true. Maybe only you using or are more confident on long throws in indoor. on those blades hammers, it's no problem. And this how to say, catching is better quality, like ending, scoring the points. Outdoors, I would say maybe till last years we played a bit old schoolish ultimate, and Latvians were like in front. You like using better spacing, timing, so that main different. But as I heard some story, I don't know, is it true or who is that person? That some person came to Latvia and showed a lot of
Dave Dillon.
yeah, showed a lot of things that could be better, and in that moment it was like this step forward. So it's we felt that. Yeah. So,
Okay, as you said, one person, it's Dave Dillon. His son is Trent Dillon, played for Sokai on the World Championship. And yeah, he pretty much comes to Latvia every summer. He comes to a couple of practices and he shows us and some drills what, for example, Sokai is doing, what they're doing to prepare for the Worlds. For example, how they're beating some sort of defenses with just like a smart spacing and just, creating a perfect mess on the field to execute perfectly what you're planning to do. So yeah, David is someone to give a lot of credit for what Latvia is doing.
yeah, because in some moment I felt that our ultimate in Lithuania is based on physicality, like on athleticism. But in general, there is a lot of tips and tricks where you don't need to use it. You just turn on your brain and just you should see if you know how it works and how it should work better. So of course it is benefit.
I remembered what I wanted to say previously about how you could improve your team and club. You should come to one of Salaspil's practices. We're yelling on each other, like it's mostly bad stuff to each other, but just to pump up each other because we're playing on the same game intensity in practices. Sometimes even in a game, if I'm playing against, let's say, Ogre Divi, I'm like, not even, let's say, try-harding, but I'm like just trying to maybe poach more and just like clog some lanes up. But in the practices, it's like almost like personal. You're yelling back to Arvi. It's like, what's up? What's up? Where you at? Where you at? Player of the year? Huh? And you're just taunting everyone. It's, it sometimes gets heated, but it's all love. After that, we go to showers and it's like, that was cool. So that's something you should do as well. Treat every practice like it's almost a game. Don't injure yourself or anyone else, but just focus.
Something similar happening in what I
mean, that's cool sometimes, right? Inner jokes happen like that.
Yesterday, I said to my teammate, it's what I. So it's our like style.
Yeah.
So you should like how to say in English, or you should defend it, or you should leave it. No, like leave the team, because. It's always will be the same. So you should work with that. You should live with that. You should agree on that, or just leave it because it's not yours.
Okay.
All team will not change only about you.
I mean, fair enough, fair and square.
No.
I mean, yeah.
Maybe it was not nice what I said, but
I mean, it was true.
Yeah, I said of course half like joke, but
yeah, some part of it. Chadas would understand it.
Yeah. For sure. Chadas
come back.
Knows everything 100 times better than others. Yeah, it's inside joke. But 100 times. Okay, next one is from Edgar's Dimpers.
Oh.
I haven't understand till the end, but this question, but maybe you will understand. What is Didzis' favorite frisbee to enjoy? From favorite to least favorite, and why? Outdoors, indoors, beach, disc golf. So it's about...
Yeah. So, outdoors? Okay, I will say disc golf beach and indoors. I I don't know. Me and Emils from Salaspils Elksnīts, we literally every weekend we go and play disc golf.
Yeah.
So for us, it's just like going out, doing something, throwing a disc. For example, I don't use disc golf discs. I have tried it, but for me, I don't see a true reason why I should play with disc golf discs. I play with the frisbee disc. For me, it's more common. It's wind outside. I practice my aiming, and yeah, I have had 3 hole-in-ones with frisbee discs. So if you ever want to try me out in a disc golf, bring all your disc golf discs. I'm going to show you what's up.
Yeah. Okay. Last one on my list, but as I know, you have something more. So last one is from Rapolas Lesevičius. It's the game philosophy of Salaspils is somewhat like to that of an AUDL team. Don't hide it. Everyone sees it. Name a few teams, coaches, world superstars who have inspired you to this day personally, and why they are worth to be looked up to.
I mean, this guy's from Lithuania, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Or physicality is somewhere like AUDL. I don't believe that. I went to the World Championship and, I'm playing I usually play defense. And some of these highly guys, top guys in AUDL, they're calling a foul on me, for body contact or something like that. And I'm like, bro, Jimmy Mickle literally elbowed me in the face. And after that called a foul on me. And I'm like, how does that work? You hit me in the face with elbow and I'm like, let's just play on. I barely maybe hold him or grabbed his jersey and he immediately called a foul. But I don't know. It's just if you have to practice against Arvids, every practice you have to figure out the ways how to stop him, right? I'm pushing, I'm putting the screens in a basketball in front of him. I'm just trying everything what I can. But coaches, world superstars, or teams which have inspired me.
Yeah.
In Frisbee, one guy, Justin Ford, when I started playing, he was the super cool guy, always coming to say something. That was pretty cool. Outside of Frisbee, the coaches, I would say Phil Jackson.
Yeah.
And a player, Kobe Bryant and MJ. Oh, let's add LeBron as well. So the top guys, I don't know. I just like what successful guys are doing. For example, I'm reading a lot of books, but about successful people, their stories. So
Yeah.
I mean, hard work pays off. If you put time in it, effort, your heart, sweat, blood, tears, it pays off sometimes. You see, I'm here. I'm playing Frisbee for 8 years, something like that. So
Yeah. Some of you are playing 10, 15, but nobody was here.
Exactly.
On UltiMotion, so.
Yeah. I mean, good things happen if you put time in it. So, yeah, I can say this is the stuff I like, really. I love it. So, yeah, just be passionate about it. That's it. Don't force anything. I never force anything. I go to the practices because I love it. You just go there. It's obviously the same people, but they're there for the same reason, so respect to them.
Yeah. Okay.
Next my top of questions. So I had a couple of questions on my Instagram. Who is your all-time favorite teammate? Maybe you have your favorite teammate. I know mine definitely.
I know mine maybe because of that was longest play together. It is Kęstutis Bačkis.
Okay, I thought you will say that.
Yeah, no, because we started together and we are still in. So it is always, and I'm still can't stop to be inspired by him, how he can still go on the same level with the young guys, and
it's insane.
In some championships, he still stamps MVPs, and it's normal practice.
Yeah, next year he's gonna do the same stuff.
Yeah.
For me, can you guess? Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can guess. No. It's Igor Sminovs.
I don't know.
He's not playing anymore. He's now doing a bodybuilding. Oh, not bodybuilding, CrossFit.
Yeah.
He's my favorite teammate just because of the reason that he always threw me the deep shots. When I started to play my first outdoor season, it was pretty much I catch the disc, quick reset, run. And every time when disc was with Igor's and I was running deep, he was always shooting it. We even had like this one game where we had like a set up play with like a 5 passes or something. And Igor's was like the second guy. We agree, yeah, let's do that. He comes up to me after that and he's like, when I get the disc, you go deep. So he got the disc and he just threw it to me. So shout out to him. He was the guy who literally hooked me in the team. It's like when you're young in a team, not experienced, you don't get that many touches, right?
Yeah.
But if you catch the disc in end zone, well, you can't make a mistake, only if you drop it. So Igor's is my favorite teammate of all times. I have a question from Milda. Moons or Salaspils? I mean...
now we need to choose between mother and how to say your girlfriend or something like that.
I truly don't know. I will say Salaspils because I know these guys a bit longer, but I enjoy playing with Moon on the field a bit more. But in general, I can trust more my Salaspils teammates, so I will say Salaspils.
If I can add, I think maybe why. No, maybe you will say if I'm wrong. Why you are excited to play with Moons, because you are playing on highest level and
exactly.
Competing with the highest level teams on high level. So that's why I think you can then express yourself on that level to show who you are. So maybe that's...
I mean, playing with the Moon, the defensive line we had in the season, the strongest one, you look at every single guy on the line and you're like, okay. You look at the guys across the field and you're like, they're done. If they're scoring, I have no idea how that's going to happen. So when you play with like 7 all-stars on the lineup, it's way different. You don't have to be like poaching or helping your weakest player out. If his guy is going deep, you know your job, you just stick with the game plan and yeah, you just execute. So Moon is crazy. I actually have a question from one of the Moon players, from Gaeton van den Broek. Yeah. Probably this is more like a meme. Can you give me some advice to become a good ultimate player? Stop smoking and drinking, Gate. We already talked about this. He understands what I mean, but yeah, Gate. Just, I don't know. Learn how to throw scoobers. Bang, bang, bang. And yeah, I have a few like pretty silly questions from Milda, but Milda, if you really want those questions from me, come and ask me in person.
Yeah, she will join you maybe tomorrow, for example, commenting some games.
Yeah, like mostly. I hope someone will join me because I heard like I will be alone. So I was like, oh man.
So, but you will have freedom to choose with whom you want.
I mean, yeah, I have a couple of picks. I have already in my head who will probably be willing to do it. So yeah, but I have strict points from Ulti TV I have to follow, so I will try to do my best. I told them no promises, but they were like, okay, just do your best.
Okay.
I mean,
so if
I think we don't have any more questions, right? Maybe you have any more last questions?
I don't know, like maybe like always your wish for this year, this season, for yourself and for our sport?
Me? I would love to lift the AUDL trophy above my head and be like, baby, we did it. Chicago, we did it. That would be dope. But for our sport, I don't know, to get more recognized and fight towards the Olympics. I truly believe we could still do it in like 5 years. LA,
LA already not.
please, someone. Yeah, it would be either way nice to go to Olympics. I recently watched the interview where Toby Mine from Kuzb said that his goal is to win Olympics as a coach. He's maybe my age, so I was like, okay, that's something. So yeah, just to push the sport towards maybe World Games. I don't know, but it's already there. But yeah, just to get bigger.
Yeah.
More players. I have a question for you.
Yep.
Where do you see Lithuanian Ultimate in 5 years, like on European stage? Will they be better, worse, or your like vision, what you can see in 5 years?
Vision that I think we will be something on the same level. No, and I hope that we still keep it. If we will increase that level, it is okay. But in 5 years, it's not very long time. And for example, my most, how to say, main focus now, like from Lithuanian Flying Disc Federation, to involve as much children as we can, like to have some base to choose and to involve them in our sport. So, but I know that it's not happening so easily in those 5 years. So I would say that if after 5 years we will participate on the same level as we have now, plus if we would have juniors team like under 20, under 17, under 24, whatever. So goal will be achieved.
Okay, sounds pretty doable, I would say. Okay, I think I have no more questions.
So, okay, today everything, how always should say, like, subscribe.
Yeah, you should like, subscribe, leave us a comment, share with your friends, even if they don't watch us, just, do it.
Okay, bye.